Hello everybody! Hope we've been having a nice week so far. We are back with Limbus! Time for a brand new event. Hey Smoky Meadows, hi Kadia, hi Haruyukita, welcome! First I want to take a... let's see. Quick look more at... Faust. I also, when I saw the preview, it was totally like, wait, what is this, huh? Oh, the armband, Order Blossom stuff. It's such a fist pump, jump up and get excited over this whole concept. The fact that we get to keep having ego suits in that aren't just limited, either salvage stuff or Walpurgis. So exciting. I think one of the most have been, I guess, hi Simon. I guess last banner was Walpurgis, but I was so excited when I realized what this was about. And it's fun that's Faust, because she's sort of been our representative of getting ego suits, because she was Yuri way back at the beginning, and you see her as an agent there. I think she was our first lobotomy ego. Now she's our first LCE ego. Say what? LCE. I'm leaning on extraction theme, LCE. But we'll see how that turns out. So let's take a quick peek. Happy she has Sloth, because that was definitely needed. And Burn. Yeah, so she has 10 plus, gain 7 burn, so it's definitely gonna build up. Coin power already, just on skill 1. Burn, inflict additional gain. Deal plus 10% more damage for every burn. Oh, Simon, thank you very much for the super chat. Thank you, I appreciate you always checking in. Thank you. Gain burn count, gain plus 4 burn count. Can that go against the enemy? Not that burn count is super necessary, given it only takes once per turn unless something changes. Breakable and hit without cracking. Inflict 3 burn, 15 plus. 2 burn count. Draw my flame, so what's the 30 plus burn. Okay, that's not, for gaining 7. I'll have to see, and then how much is this? On use, lose 5, so max 10. Nice coin power though. Yeah, so I need to, it's not huge, but I guess if you use it every other turn, you're definitely gonna... It's not gonna build up. Definitely mitigate it. Let's see. I need to know what what's her average use case, because Rhodia can... I mean, Viviat can definitely last a while. Even when she starts taking the self-damage. Deal 10%, or 12.5, max 50. Base power plus 1, unit missing 30, okay, coin power 30%, okay. After using the skill dies, I'm pretty pro this sort of mechanic, but I'm excited for it, but the game needs to be in a state where it's a little more viable. There just aren't that many units that can interact with going back and forth in the back row, and burn is probably the worst. Have a unit that explodes, because team building is so tight, and this is probably gonna be one of our best burn units now. Who do you wanna... and then your backline, you're probably gonna want, since we're losing Faust. Oh, I guess the balance is Fluid Sac and such. You probably want base Yisang or base Honglu, unless you want base Honglu for the Unless you want, I mean, Hong Lu for the burn, but I've been using base for the SP for Sinclair. Kind of, I mean, I guess you're just gonna have to replace with Merceau or Gregor or something. Unless you want a completely different unit. The bar for burn is so low. Being the best is not hard. Yeah, the problem I haven't seen brought up much is that her dying massively hits SP. Good point. Good point. Especially when we have like 2 units where SP is extra important. Deal... I mean, how worth it is actually going there? Deal 12.5% more damage for every 5 burn on self, max 50%. Base power +1, max 2. Coin power +1, max 3. Attack weight +1. Oh, max 4. Okay, 4 attack weight is nice. And unbreakable. And there's some interactions with unbreakables where you can like cancel the enemy's ones if the unit dies or something. So I guess being able to control that could be useful. I'd like to try her out. Oh, hold on, let's look at Ryoshu. Forgetting. I think Ryoshu has... I mean, maybe not the best selection of ego, but her ego art just knocks it out of the park. Every time. And like, I'm not even like particularly fond of this design, but the art here makes it look so cool. I mean, with this passive, Nebulizer Feta, I can't imagine this not being amazing. Don't jinx it, I've said that before. 15 plus poise, gain final power. And then we have these like newer poise units that are just so self-sufficient. Gain highest resonance, count, gain let's deep breath again. Max stack 20. I mean, this will be fun by the time we get to yield my flesh. Crit, consume. Okay. But yeah, the clash numbers aren't great, but as long as you're aware of that, you can. As long as you're aware of that. Oh, resists pride as well could be useful. And endures wrath could be useful for people when up against Kim. I have to see how this works. It's interesting. Prioritizes allies. Well, I'm not getting it for a week, so. Ooh. Like this. And should we not own? Lantern is also interesting. Might as well. I have to keep remembering that when you have, also these names are hilarious. When you have most of the units, of course, when I look at, I like the kind of barcode look here as well. I do tend to base team building on like what's the best when I shouldn't necessarily judge every unit on that. I think he's interesting. I do think these defensive units, I like defensive units. And having gluttony. Oh, and it's like it is the like fairy lure icon. Having gluttony defensive skill is nice for chaining in Sinclair. I don't know if he's base power. We're just still doing the 50 plus 3. It's one I kind of need to see and get the feel of in practice. Oh, minus coin. 30 SP. 3 rupture count is nice. But we are doing the 15 plus 3 thing. And rupture is one that has... Like, after you send Brody away, I assume he can be used for the... Where's the one that... Yeah, the on-death thing. I think just letting him die to bring Rhodia back in is a viable plan. But I kind of... It's definitely one unit I kind of need to see in practice. I can't imagine, like, whatever the version of this is in L Corp, I can't imagine it. Anybody would want this. Would want to put their nugget in something that wants to die. I mean, I wouldn't. I'm sure there are the, like, sacrificial units to end a day or something. Yeah, and so no, I wish we could use like an LCB. Well, speaking of Lob Corp, better not send Faust into Snow Queen's chamber. Probably a bad idea. Let's go! Ooh. Starting with a fight? Just jumping right into it. Okay, so the question... Fewer than 10 turns. The question for me is... I do have somebody... Oh, yes! Oh no! Please! Level your units. I was gonna say, I have somebody on my friends list whose entire, like, company share page is Faust, so I was wondering if they're gonna come through. I don't know if this is them. Maybe refresh. Let me just see. Well, hopefully they decide to level up their Faust in a minute, okay? We'll just... Oh, here we go. Thank you! Yeah. I think this is what we'll go with. It depends what units are weak against. Oh, let's change the order. I mean, we don't... Actually, we probably do want you... It's slower. I mean, getting less slots.
함께하죠.
Any... you can be our backup.
이번 의뢰는 몇 발이나 들고 가야 하냐?
Battle, okay, jumping right in.
최선을 다할게요.
The one thing I'm missing, so I don't have a magic bullet ego. Well, you're missing that. I look from beyond the glass window as the sinners battle furiously inside the large indoor arena. Oh yeah, so we get to see the... Let's see how fast we get to see... was it Hohenheim, was it? I was a little bit... Like, oh no! Oh no, we're getting Faust already and I'm still knee deep in Dream of the Red Chamber. Ankle deep. Maybe toe deep in Dream of the Red Chamber. It's too soon! You darned imbeciles. What's the point of everyone rushing at the same time? At the same enemy that's already staggered and nearly dead? Faust did attack that entity first. The blame lies flatly with the others' delayed decisions. Apologies. If concerned was I, that to not dispose swiftly of the foe would. I think this is a great show of teamwork. I had no idea how hopeless the sinners were in battle without my command. I did. Why won't any of you listen to my orders? Boy, your genius order was how the lass's head ended up dangling from 1/4 of a neck. It was a necessary sacrifice to gain an edge in battle. Worthy not, how befitting of a hero it is to perish in place of a compassion. Donkey! Don Quixote falls before the merciless onslaught of enemies. I had so many things I wanted to say to them, most of which were variations of, "You're doing it wrong." But I had no choice but to watch their woefully abysmal decisions continue to bungle the fight. There you are. If I tried, this researcher next to me will get in my way, claiming that they haven't finished collecting the data. How can I... How can I decide a voice if I can't see you? I saw some people making like guesses of what you look like. I saw some people sort of base it on like Hesed. I was kind of getting like tired researcher vibes, so maybe go for that. And probably AEDD. Ego. Seems. Just give it an obnoxiously high-pitched nasally voice. This one's reaction speed to emergencies is exceptionally fast. So, can I help them now? Will you stop pacing and compose yourself? You're almost done here. That should be more than enough data. Take control, manager. I had a lot I wanted to say, but let's help the sinners out of this bind first. Oh, okay. Hello. I guess this makes sense. And of course it's burn. Makes sense. They could just replicate them now. I mean, if they have the envy. Oh, she looks...
다가오지 마세요. 이 불꽃은 어디까지라도 번질 수 있으니.
Oh, I love that she's like putting the little book. I guess the file.
다가오지 마세요.
Okay, not.
이
Hold on.
불꽃은 어디까지라도 번질 수 있으니.
Oh, it is focused. Sorry.
신속하게 용건을.
I assume there's gonna be what? Not a lot of room for other burn units, so curious what's in the other back line. Pretty fast. Faust. Really fast. Who actually has 4 control? Just gonna go for it. Probably our best bet here.
가까이 오지 마세요.
It's been a while since I used burn.
다치십니다.
I mean, burn that wasn't win rate in near dungeon. I'm gonna have to take some of these, I think. Who's effective, ineffective, normal. So we might have to just go for the evade. You're also weak. Rhodia, let's just... jumping into it. We'll try.
해체어가 진행하겠습니다.
I'm always interested in seeing these animations. They're so slow compared to what we have now. Okay, well done.
새겨드리죠.
일발 장전.
Very curious who's on the back line. The best option there. Have to be careful of that. Yeah, you take that one. Otis, you keep. Take that. How do you feel? Nope. Just gonna have to start with our skill 3s then. Anyone in a better... I think, Rhoda, you'll have to manage that. At least you resist Pierce. Things go completely awry. Yeah. Okay.
조심 1번.
I know, where's our glimpse of flames? I mean, if we needed to use Durante, it could. But I think once we start getting momentum...
일발 장전.
Great Ninja, are you winning? Hopefully I will be more soon. Building momentum.
이번에야말로
Okay,
이
good.
싸움을
Got that.
끝내주겠어.
Oh, ego now. Okay. Oh, oh. That is a difficult one. Oh. Can we... and you're at 5. It's like, can we stagger you ahead of time? Yeah, you're very close to stagger, so... actually see exactly... yeah. Let's let... I think some... me out. Maybe actually... and that's less scary to deal with. Oh, the faction drip. What do you say is your favorite? I'm still very fond of the 7 association. I'm looking at 7. Simple and cool. I really like Divya as well. The like big puffy coats kind of thing. Hello, Kari. Let's see. Ooh, so we need somebody that's... what's that? Maybe You should do that, and then do that clash. So Sinclair should manage at 30. I mean, why not? Get one of these out. Rhodia. That was so fast. We'll just get some damage in. Don't love that, but feeling so especially retired. I mean, he's coming in, bringing out Capote is pretty scary. Yeah, unopposed, dominating, hopeless. Yeah.
여전히
Go.
무섭고 겁이 나.
Thank you.
그럼에도 멈추고 싶지 않아.
격발 창조. 이 불 또한 예술의 황홀경이지.
Okay, a few more staggers. You get the kill. Or the other stagger bar.
괜찮아.
Here we-
이젠 안 아플 거야.
Here we go. Okay. I want you to clash if you can, which you can't. That's okay. Just everybody get that. She might better there. 9. Yeah, okay.
초식 1번.
상태 붕괴 확인.
House is lasting pretty well. Wouldn't be bad to get a fluid sack out with your hand. Okay. More ego, but that's okay. Let's just get rid of you before take 2. Yeah, okay.
순식간에 끝내줘.
안심해라. 고통 없어.
괜찮아. 이젠 안 아플 거야.
Here we go.
망설이면 나아갈 수
Oh,
없어.
there you are. Very blue. That went well. As expected of our executive manager, the exceptional development of your strategic genius reminds me of the earlier years in my career. Uh-huh. Thanks. Ew. Got anything to snack on, guys? I'm starving here after that brawl. You'll maintain an empty stomach for the duration of the tests. Next on the docket is... Would've asked myself for a massage if I knew this was coming. Whose idea was this anyway? Well, if you really want to get into it, we can trace this right back to your vacation request, Gregor. Not that this wouldn't have happened without that, but yeah. Gregor, focus, maybe, please? Oh, come on, fellas. There's gotta be more to it than that. Sure there was. Not that it would have made any difference. Because like Ishmael said, this all began with Gregor's particularly egregious stretching. The Gregor content we all wanted. We still can't see Hohenheim. We got a preview.
확실한 승리였어요. 돌아가면 저번처럼 홈파티라도 할까요?
Not the best showcase. Now, hold on, how many was it? 14, okay. Regular health checkup. Oh. Wow, that sound just now. I didn't know a human body could make a sound like that. Oh, I was just doing some stretches. Can't seem to do them without making these noises nowadays. Huh? What do you mean you can't? He's not that old. That right there is the creaking sound of time's ravages sink. I know Dante's been turning the clock to rewind our time, but I feel like my joints are starting to grate. I know what you mean. I definitely don't feel as spry as I used to. Maybe the pain from repeatedly dying and reviving takes a toll after all. Yeah, dying sure is a pain. That's when Honglu flippantly threw out an innocent comment amidst the complaining sinners. Speaking of which, isn't it funny how Don Quixote is totally fine even though she's hundreds of years old? It's got to be the oldest of us by a lot, right? Honglu's unprompted catapulting of such a heavy subject brought the busy air inside the bus to a sudden stifling halt. I thought we were gonna take some time to actually broach that subject, but you just bulldozed right through the whole mess, huh? I must have made things awkward. I didn't realize everyone was so sensitive about their age. That's I want to see this. I really want the voice acting. I want to imagine she's switching voices there, so that's tis not to concern thyself with, be not so. Of course, there was also someone who could not care less about the bus's air quality. Oi, Scoot! That's my designated seat you're planting your arse in. I'll whack ya! On the other hand, here's this guy without a care in the world. Almost makes you wonder if he even remembers what just happened. Well, maybe this is your chance to get back at him for treating you harshly. Don Quixote, I'm sure you can... think. I've never seen your eyes sparkle like that before. I am quite fond of the current temperament of our company. Unless young Heathcliff here suddenly morphs into a villainous scoundrel, I have nary a wish to exact violence upon him and... Right. Now that that's over with, let's all shut up and keep the chinwag to a minimum, yeah? Seems plenty villainously dickish to me. Anyways, I'm the only one that's thinking about time we got to the thing. The thing? Well, you know, the thing that we tried a while ago but didn't get to enjoy due to some unforeseen issues. Deathmatch. I want to be able to, like, do their voices better. Like, I have them in my head, but I just have no idea how to, like, match the tone. I wonder how you, like, improve at that. Deathmatch. I mean, and then for the guys, there's just not much I can do. Not that. Don't you remember? We even played volleyball by that big body of water. Contextual clues suggest that he's making a request for a vacation. Yep, absolutely, yep. Rhodia has like such a specific cadence that I can't even... I hear it, but I can't even come up with it on my own. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Yep. Let's go to a spa or something, relax. Get massages to loosen up our muscles, please? Still have expectations for employers. Ha! I recall that young Merceau had given thee quite the exquisite massage, hath he not? I have an astute knowledge of the major muscle groups and nerve structures of the human body. For many weeks following that massage, my body was deprived of any sensory stimulation. Thus understood, it was the philosophy of Merceau's physical therapy that the most infallible methodology of convalescence from pain is to remove any and all stimulation, including that of pain. It seems that the time is here. Vigilius. Okay, hold on. Yes. Yes. And how do you, like, give yourself the vocal fry? I knew this day would eventually come. The day's here. Why is everyone acting so serious all of a sudden? Rodion's observation is correct. While turning the clock does indeed turn the time, to a certain degree of exacerbating fatigue cannot be alleviated. This necessitates that we employ a certain measure to verify the status of each sinner. Well, what could it possibly be that needs this much build-up? In other words, it is time for Limbus Company's gulp. Dramatic gulping noise. Regular checkup. Regular checkup? We did get a call from the higher-ups a while ago, requesting that we send the sinners in for regular checkup. But it was repeatedly delayed due to several limiting circumstances on our end. They've been obnoxiously hounding us for quite some time, starting to get tired of explaining our absence. Checkup? What checkup? Don't be so on edge, Heathcliff. Such proceedings are a regular occurrences at most corporations. I've never personally experienced it myself, but sounds like they're just checking to see how we're doing health-wise. I turned around, getting ready to say, "Right, Ishmael?" Yes? Only to come face to face with Ishmael's shocked expression. Ishmael frozen onto her face. Have you never had, like, healthcare from your employer? Well, this is unexpected. I thought Ishmael, with her worldly experiences, would leap onto this opportunity to lecture us all about how things worked outside Limbus Company. Regular checkups are... Oh, you're gearing up to explain what it is. Coolio. You got 30 seconds to wrap it up. Ready, set, go. No. Not the regular checkup. Miss Ishmael's expression seems to suggest otherwise, Miss Rhodia. I did hear that some fixer offices or associations employ varying methodologies when it comes to regular checkups. Oh no, depending on their characteristics. I was barking up the wrong tree, thinking the shocking thing was healthcare. Locked up till there's only one left standing. Locked. Blood of my colleagues, the only key to escape. What kind of checkup did she have to go through? Ishmael wasn't the only one responding with a pale-faced, abject horror at the suggestion. You even understand what kind of regular checkup you're getting into? I'm asking if you're prepared to go through the regular checkup, no matter what happens in the process. Are you prepared to endure through everything that... What's wrong with this bloke now? It's looking all pale. I don't understand why everyone's making such a big deal out of this. I don't think it's that bad. I think we used to have annual health checkups back in school, too. What kind of checkups? They put us all in the same room, measuring heights, weights, running some basic fitness tests. Oh! They're doing, like, beep test. Okay, yeah, that's hell. I don't want to think about that again. Really? Wherefore do they seek the measures of such characteristics? Must you really ask? Full knowledge and analysis of each body's soldier status is indispensable intelligence for officers to have on hand. What soldiers? I was talking about my school. Right? So that don't explain shite about what you need, why you need to know that, does it? Why do I find it necessary to spray people with those stinking chemicals just to see if someone's got lice in their clothes? He must have gone through his share of rough checkups too as a kid, I guess. They all keep asking questions with the most obvious answers. In fact, I've been wondering when they test us. Otis confidently marched up to the front of other sinners with an assertive grin, as though she'd been waiting for this very moment. The true purpose of this checkup must be to elect a true authority amongst us. A true authority? By your parlance, true authority, could it be that you are questioning whom amongst us is our leader? I mean, I assume Otis would sort of be taking that role naturally, but having some sort of chain of command would be not a bad idea. You had to like split up into groups. Although from before it seems she wasn't doing a great job. But I'm standing right here. I humbly request that you avoid plaguing yourself with any unnecessary misunderstandings about my suggestion, Executive Manager. Of course, I must preface this with the declaration that there cannot be an iota of doubt toward Executive Manager Dante's authority. Okay. But was this not always a topic of great contention amongst us? That which of us is most fit to command this squad of sinners? Yay, Ishmael! I mean, if I had to pick one after... I mean, Ishmael's, like, quite experienced, but I don't know if she, like, naturally gravitates towards leadership. I think she wants to have a good leader. Loses respect for people who can't fulfill that role, but and is willing to explain stuff. I don't know if she naturally like she doesn't overexert herself like myself. I'd actually put, I mean, we don't actually really know Gregor's skills, but I'd lean towards like Gregor or Faust. That's what I thought too. This lack of cohesion is precisely why we always fail to face our enemies as a team. Always scrambling, always underprepared, always taken by surprise. Gotta wait when the text gets small. You must always be ready to drop to the ground and give 500 push-ups whenever your superior commands you to. Always maintain the willingness to sacrifice your well-being and life for the sake of the glorious victory of your allies. It's all missing. Where's your readiness for self-sacrifice? This is probably the most self-sacrificial group. No one's arguing with you, Otis. Who are you even talking to? So to summarize, the regular checkup entails putting us all in a small room and making us fight to the last sinner standing. Silence fell upon us at Hung Lu's succinct summary. Battle Royale. I've been looking forward to this. I'll give you one hell of a fight. My fist used to be bloody infamous in the backstreets. You couldn't even beat Ishmael. Fine. That's how we're doing this, huh? I'm ready to roll. Guys, this isn't... Okay, so where are we off to? And we know who... I mean, depends on the shoes, but... Don Quixote is a rather significant advantage. The excuse me. The regular checkup takes place at... The sinners seem to be under some serious misunderstandings about what the regular checkup entailed, but Faust had obviously long given up correcting them. The headquarters... Oh! The headquarters you speak... the headquarters you speak of must be the headquarters of Limbus Company? Yes. Oh, we're finally getting to visit the headquarters, huh? A whole year after they hired us. We should be right on time upon immediate departure. Something thou sayest? Yeah, mine heart is fain prepared. Thee allow us some time to prepare our travel position. Where's HQ anyway? Hopefully it's not too far from here. That is a very good question. Like, you're actually trying to establish themselves in P Corp? That is a secret. However, I would like to inform you that it exists in a location inaccessible via Mephistopheles. That's what I was about to say. Are we gonna go through the back rooms? Oh, come on. How are you supposed to get there if you're not gonna tell us where it is? Inaccessible via Mephistopheles. You're not about to suggest that we board the warp trains again, are you? I shan't ever board the warp trains again. Indeed, we will not be boarding a warp train for this journey. So are we taking the back doors or something? Yeah, good point. Okay, so still counts as Mephistopheles. Good point, let's take them doors instead. Sound suggestion. However, in lieu of sufficient information regarding each door, the destination may hold an element of randomness. Or, due to the variable nature of its activation period, the resultant destination may not reflect our intended end coordinates. Or, an unexpected closure mid-passage through the frame may behoove us to bid the company our last farewells and embark on an untimely journey of no return. Are you sure this is a sound suggestion? I'd rather take that bloody train instead. At least I don't remember what happened once it's over and done with. Battle Royale. So, further research was necessary to ensure safe transportation to the intended destinations. Further research? Are you implying that you made modifications to the back door? A close assessment. However, it would be more accurate to say that the back door was merely used as a reference. How did you even make the time for research? Were you doing everything with us the whole time? LCA and Faust established multiple communications with a certain new wing aspirant company. Oh. Interesting. Is someone wanting to take over current wing or someone else aiming for the L Corp spot? LC and Faust established multiple communications with a certain new wing aspirant company during the spare hours between our travels to garner multiple cooperation efforts regarding the stabilization of the back door. A new wing? Are they looking to take over L Corp's vacancy or something? Sharp, Gregor, but the direction of your intuition could be improved. It is a company seeking to seize the imminent vacancy of the ever-declining W Corp. I mean, if they're working with the backdoor stuff, that's effectively a warping technology. Oh, interesting. I mean, yeah, and then if LCA wants to be... It's like Lob Corp and W Corp. We're partnered. I'm just thinking... So it makes sense if we're both budding companies. W Corp. That's so... Yeah, that makes sense. Stories of W Corp's decline have been spreading more and more as of late. And I'm not surprised that some companies would consider this to be an opportunity. Wonder if this is setting up the big, like, population decline. This was like a big wing war type of thing. Newspapers also featured op-eds regarding a possible management crisis at W Corp, with many of them discussing the mysterious disappearances as well. I see. So they've been furtively planning and preparing to take over W Corp's position as a wing. But to supplant a wing even before it falls on its own? Now that's certainly peculiar. They must have something, a scheme perhaps, in the works. And to ally with such ambitious parties is... Was the headquarters looking to start a war of the wings? I, at this moment, am not privy to such details. Miss Otis, we needn't make predictions in such rashness. Recall that W Corp has been mired in troubles both internal and external, having fallen to such desperation as to seek the assistance of our company. It is no wild presumption to predict that it shall crumble ere the advent of such a violent pandemonium. For indeed, inefficiency is the bane of technology that brings ruination to those that fail to overcome it. Inefficiency is the bane of technology that brings... Okay. Our research efforts, however, were quite efficient and successful. Its mechanisms are similar to that of the back door, but it eliminates the corridor, instead establishing a direct connection from one door to another. A portal, if you will. Portal Corp. Oh, so you resolved all the aforementioned side effects then? Not quite. Your text got small. Similar difficulties to the aforementioned cases were observed. Sometimes the accuracy of the destination target coordinates are lacking, or in other cases, the activation period would be cut short, causing the door to shut prematurely and amputate the subjects that were traversing between doors. Oh dear. There has been much progress in the stabilization efforts, however, minimizing pentasection. That's a new word for me. Pentasection incidents. Oh no! Most recent... That's not better! I guess maybe it is. Most recent incidents have been limited to bisection. I guess? Last section's not fair. I guess it depends what's being... I mean, I was imagining just being cut in half. You're being cut in half, I don't think, for the person itself. But yeah, it's cleanup-wise. It might not need... This new court might not need the janitors. Bisection certainly is an improvement over... And he's smiling. They both sound equally awful to me. I would not behold mine own left and right shoes, so cruelly sundered, forced to be so far apart upon our coming to the headquarters. Well, well. Oh, there's the eyes. All this idle chatter of unnecessary concerns tell me that your bus life may have been too uneventful lately. Looks like the research arrived while you were wasting time. I saw a large and unfamiliar vehicle through the window. Is that the vehicle? It's got no windows though. How tiresome. Now, off the bus. Do we get a CG? I want to see- okay. I want to see the vehicle. Can I see the vehicle, please? And this is still... That's still Mephistopheles. I like Heath. Like, that's obviously Heath there. Once we disembarked the bus, we made our way into this unfamiliar vehicle of sorts. Its interior was mostly metallic, filled to the brim with convoluted-looking machines, and on the opposite end of the entrance, a massive door loomed over us. Okay, oh. Interesting. This is... Assistance from P Corp in the process of developing this device was indispensable. Yeah, it's... I see. Does look like it could withstand some damage. Wait, that means... In cohorts... Oh. I think I learned this was like Cesara, not Caesara. In cohorts with young Cesara, are you? That's good, that's good. Boy day! Much did I aspire to regale her with the tale of the contract's glorious completion, of mine heroism and bravery. It was quite unfair of thee to meet her all by thy lonesome, young Faust. Well, now that we're seeing Dawn again, there was one fan art I liked, where she sort of took, was it Don Quixote, or Dad Quixote had a pin, and she put that on her coat. That was one of those ideas I'm like, I just want to consider that canon. Your concerns will be taken into account next time. Thou seemed relieved. Ah, worry thee not, for thou hast availed us the sights of the Limbus Company headquarters. Thy tit hath been tatted for. There are numerous reasons for which you are yet to be allowed into the headquarters, but as it would be a fruitless effort to explicate them all, we will not cover that subject here. Glad to hear we're not sitting through another lecture. The primary reason is, however, that there were several limitations to bringing the members of our department to the headquarters, brought upon by frequent transnest movements and irregular scheduling of our missions. Why'd you say all that if you were gonna explain it anyway? Wait, more importantly, what's that about collaborating with P Corp? Boy, here we go again. P Corp's singularity can be summarized by the following 4 words. Expansive space warping technology. Okay, so not necessarily like pure protection, but I guess that makes sense with how it's been described before. Was I reading that weird, or was Dawn vaguely threatening Faust? That seemed to be the implication. I mean, that's definitely how it started. Oh right, didn't you say that Miss Cesara told you something about how the principle of P Corp's singularity is a lot like how La Mancha Land works? Right, La Mancha Land was much larger on the inside than it looked from the outside. I wonder... because I think we all came into it assuming it was like Preservation Corp, since you had like the ice cream containers. Maybe they just had like lots of ice cream in them. This makes sense too. Maybe Shelter was bigger on the inside. Well, yeah, I've been meaning to ask. Don't other wings already make liberal use of different kinds of space-expanding singularities? How should I put this? Isn't it a bit too mundane of a city tech for P Corp to call space manipulation its unique thing? That was quite the intelligent question. Compliments, how nice. Ishmael is correct in suggesting that the technology to expand a given space is a commonly employed technology by other wings as well. An example of one such invention making use of this space expansion technology, but isn't a P Corp singularity, would be Mephistopheles. The ultimate purpose of P Corp's space expansion technology is to create the safest... okay, here we go. Create the safest place in the world. Here's how it's fitting together. A perfectly protected construct, its interior sheltered from the world outside, no matter how severely its exterior is battered. To have a sound structural integrity no matter what, its interior is safe from any and all harm. Therefore, the more expensive the P Corp product is, the safer its interior is from damage outside from damaging outside conditions such as extreme pressure or shock. Perhaps the way in which the interior is completely insulated from the outside is comparable to a full disconnect from the outside world by sheltering in a separate dimension. In conclusion, the exterior of this vehicle utilized P-Corp singularity, which means that it can protect its interior from all sorts of impact, not to mention that it is room to hold more than 13 people inside. Don't dimensional trunks or containers also transport things to other dimensions? Sync, why are you freezing up all of a sudden? There was this creepy story that used to circulate among kids back when I was in school. Here's how it goes. The Deviat Association's employee makes a delivery to a house and looks away for a second. And a curious kid crawls into their courier trunk and... I'm gonna stop the story here. Look, that story kept me up at night for a whole week, okay? I couldn't stop having nightmares about that scenario where... Hey, come on. Sometimes a story is just a story. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Unfortunately, the story that inspired Sinclair's week-long nightmare was most likely an accurate retelling of a true story. Not... Sorry, the creepypasta is true. Hi, Fahrenheit. Several regulations were added to HANA and Deviat Association's rules to prevent cases of people being stored in dimensional containers. From a certain perspective, it may be said that the warp technology employed by W Corp shares a degree of similitude. The parallel lies in the fact that it also transports humans to a different dimension, the difference being that they are packaged in a safer manner. Therefore, perhaps enough of a connection exists to say that they operate on the same scale. Anywho, the point is that we'll always have access to the headquarters as long as we have this vehicle thing, right? This will certainly make the logistics of communication and supply much more convenient. One question, however, how does the company plan to move this instrument? As I expect, that would be much trouble on its own. Has the detail been hashed out yet? Yeah, once they brought up that we were going to headquarters, I was like, I'm assuming they keep it mysterious because it's in... I want to assume it's in L Corp. And this is a good way of sort of hiding that. No. In order to establish a more tangible level of communication with Limbus Company headquarters, an effective means of transportation such as this vehicle will be installed in the nests across the city. In summary, an efficient means of transportation such as this vehicle here, developed using P-Corp and the aspirant W-Corp's technology, will gradually be installed at various points across the city. And in every nest? Of course not. The technology is still experimental. It's astronomically expensive to install and operate. Vergilius gave us a firm clarification. Oh, could you imagine if the HQ was in... Oh, that's another good... It could be, like, A Corp. That would be a place to stick it. Vergilius gave us a firm clarification. Activating now. Taos tinkers with various machines and contraptions within the vehicle, and the giant door from earlier began to tremble, making a loud noise. Wherefore is that gate yonder shuddering so? Energies now linked are routing towards the gate. When the gauge displays around the glowing door filled, the door began to slowly open. Entering now. When it fully opened, Faust made her way inside like it was just another door. Well, let's follow her inside. There was a bizarre and incomprehensible noise of machines, coupled with a low droning noise. Yes, we have arrived. Welcome to the Limbus Company headquarters. This place is teeming with people dressed in all sorts of odd outfits, walking briskly between their busy schedules. I hear heavy doors opening and closing from here and there, alongside that odd sensation I've been feeling from time to time. The floor of the LCE department. Yeah, underground is also a good point. That would sort of... or beneath the city. Would sort of fit. I mean, this does give sort of... with the, like, lack of windows. LCE. The ruins of Elcorp would be too contested to make a good spot. Wasn't there, like, fights? It's been a while. I guess there were fights going around when the library was there. Everything was sort of a mess. LCE? Hopefully we'll get to proudly stride in through the HQ's front gate one day. I mean, these do look like test chambers. Go, Hohenheim. Oh! We can... These are a little bit more manageable. Okay, now we have to crash a few times. What do we get? There we go.
제가 앞에 서죠.
Oh, there you... okay. I was saying earlier, I saw fan art that was like Hesed. It was giving sort of like the cool Hesed vibes, and then I was like hired scientist vibes. This isn't quite what I was going for. And he's Hohenheim, so again, I have it, as I said, I'm ankle deep in Dream of the Red Chamber. I don't really have much context for his character, Faust-wise. Right, are we waiting for something to happen? Are we all suddenly unfamiliar with the concept of introducing ourselves? Given that no one appears to be willing to introduce me, allow me the liberty of self-introduction. Oh, there's the tired eye. Okay, that's more. That is sort of what the vibe I was thinking. LCE Research Team Chief. My name is Hohenheim, the chief researcher of this company. I could see the high-pitched nasally voice. Can I do the tired? My name is Hohenheim, the chief researcher of this company. To be precise, he is the chief researcher of the LCE department. To be more precise, I am the chief researcher responsible for the entirety of Limbus Company. To be more precise, the only reason he retains that role is because Isong and I have been excluded from the research personnel files due to our statuses as sinners. Someone must stay behind to continue the research after all. So you two are friends. While it seems entirely unnecessary to establish a label in this relationship, it could be said that we are acquaintances who routinely and unwillingly maintain a regular level of communication with one another. I do think Faust is really one of the funniest sinners. I'm in agreement. The first time since we were acquainted. Hear that our department has reached out several times to yours to remind you of this regular checkup. I mean, having the glasses, it does give you the opportunity to do like... I mean, you can have like the glasses, the pushing up the glasses pose. I don't know why I was doing that with my glasses. You can't see that. It just blocks my face. You do get the like really opportune showing eyes versus not showing eyes. The nature of the LCB department necessitates that we are constantly on the move from one mess to another, which makes it rather difficult for us to give you an immediate reply. I would have expected someone like you to already be well aware of this obvious detail. Yes, I was very well aware. I'm also quite aware of the fact that your department has been giving us the same reply over and over again like an answering machine. This must be Dante, the executive manager of the Limbus company Sinners. I'd like to say hi, nice to meet you, but I don't suppose he can hear what I'm saying. The manager extends their greetings. Charmed. It's grueling and arduous work to be in the position of leadership, especially when communication issues come into play. Sometimes I cannot help but wonder if my researchers and I are even speaking the same language. I do commiserate. Oh! Nuggets! Is that ego gift? I didn't even really consider this could be the ego gifts as well. How odd their clothes are. Yes, allow me to introduce you to Martin and Alyssa, two of the few researchers directly in my command. Somehow these do seem like default nugget names. Are they wearing gear extracted from abnormalities? But how? Didn't notice this one? Happy to have someone who recognizes them. Are they like gear scavenged from the former L Corp? Well, there are partial similarities to their gears. Enough differences are present to distinguish them. Indeed. We attempted our own brand of extractions. Successfully, I might add. Well, the news of the production of Ego gear in Limbus Company style was already received. This is the very first time they are observed in person. I want to learn about how our ego moves work, because that's kind of something that's very important and mysterious. And for a game that likes to really explain this kind of thing, it's probably like one of the biggest unanswered questions. Is that what Hohenheim is wearing? Yeah, it's I think it should be AEDD. Jock Centipede. So you must have abnormalities contained in this facility. Do they breach? So that's why I've been sensing abnormalities in here, huh? But I'm sensing distortions in Pecatula too. Indeed, as they are containment and research subjects for LCE department as well. Klaus closely observed the ego gear Hohenheim was wearing like an exceptionally harsh judge in a fashion contest. Apart from a few imperfections in the finish, the level of ego extraction visible here is quite acceptable. Input appreciated. This is a product of thousands of repeated experiments and subsequent failures that have been meticulously conducted and studied in order to extract it with an acceptable level of stability. I mean, I don't blame her for being a fashion judge. I'd say LCB's, like, Rudolta equivalent is a lot cuter than Lobotomy Corporation's. At the end of the day, I did it, like I always do. You did it? Are you sure you want to take all the credit when your team is standing right behind you? You're used to it. I'll piss off. I'm like mad surrounded by these self-absorbed twats. Just about ready to get violent on some. Poor guy. Let's get on with the checkups so we can get back to the bus, yeah? I feel the very same urgency you express. There's much we must cover, regrettably, given that this is the first ever regular checkup performed as a group since your appointment. Faust also does not wish to pass more time without substance. Let us begin. Very well. Our first task shall be to assess your abilities in response to emergency situations. Wait, he just pressed something. Emergency situations? Laboratory suddenly started separating and sliding into place. When it settled, I realized that it locked the sinners away in some kind of hold. I isolating them from me, Virgilius and Charon. What the hell? It's just an ambush. Yeah, it is. The purpose of this test is to measure your behaviors and response in case of a surprise attack. So ambush it is. Was this discussed beforehand, Virgilius? You look anxious, Dante. I suppose you weren't let in on this either. I wasn't, for your information. Just go with their flow, Dante. So it goes would be an apt response. I'll find a room somewhere where Karen and I might sit down and enjoy some nice tea. Come find me with Faust once this is over. Karen wants cake too. Oh hey, we got some leftover cake from the last office party. Come this way, please. An employee appeared and led Virgilius and Karen away into a nearby office room. Okay, so this is just the regular checkup, huh? Let's get this done. So much lore! Well, I guess I know an upcoming announcer. I mean, he's an announcer now, but voiced announcer. See you on the rerun. I mean, when would like the rerun for this be? End of the year? What were they? Level 45? Okay. Everyone, this should be fine. Oh. So we are a bit slow. It's okay.
해체어가 진행하겠습니다.
Let's just gain our momentum, get us P up. Counters, that's okay. Yeah, let's almost they should try a bit more on you.
당신의 판단을 따를게요.
I was wondering. What I'm seeing, like possibly maybe the boss of this chapter, just the way he's been set up, he can handle. Collect data personally, we shall say, but if he's meant to be important to Faust's story, maybe that would be saved. Sinclair. ESP there. 2.
순식간에 끝내죠.
Okay, the burn is building up. I would like to try out her skill. 3-1. Maybe we'll get the fight tonight. Oh, that would be good too. I guess it makes sense. We do sort of have the basis for these sprites.
이번에야말로 이 싸움을
Okay, here we
끝내주겠어.
go. Oh, Hohenheim and the other two combined, that would be fun. That trio is still my favorite fights in the entire game. Let's try out one of these.
순식간에 끝내죠. 걷잡을 수 없이. 소각되었습니다.
괜히 저항하지 말고 괜찮아. 이젠 안 아플 거야. 차!
나갈 수 없어.
Okay, wave 3. 5, okay. Oh, maybe we should have saved like Wrath Resonance for that, but that's okay. No, let's do one more. Yeah, no need to save E80. I was thinking that he could be more powerful later on. Or maybe he doesn't, or maybe they want to get him used before... Get him some development before, like, her Kanto, because the thing is, I'm reading Dream of the Red Chamber with a huge cast. I was thinking, how are they gonna handle this when, like, Wuthering Heights had a fraction of the cast, and even then we had, like, 2 major characters culled. I have no idea. I have no idea how they're gonna handle Dream of the Red Chamber, and part of me doesn't. I really... Where I'm at now, I'd be fine if they just left some that didn't appear and they could save them for, like, Honglu Kanto Part 2. Because there's some really cool characters and I don't want them to, like, exist for 30 chapters and then Carnage.
한 번에 끝낸다.
이 경정 속에서 타올라라.
Can you imagine if Kanto 8 was like 3 times the size of Kanto 6? I wouldn't mind. Like, I prefer it if they left the Kanto, if they didn't, like... I mean, you want the Kantos to have, like, a proper arc and conclusion. Win rate. Oh, another one. But I don't mind if it's sort of like Kanto 4, where half of the League of 9 just didn't appear. They could be safe for later. Oh yeah, fast HP.
완벽한 한발을 위해
소각되었습니다.
It does not seem that the... Oh, I can't read that. Also, Heathcliff's Kanto, big hit. Exactly. I don't want... Although, for Heathcliff, sort of like... I mean, like, Ishmael's Kanto, not just having, like, a complete arc there. It used up the majority of, like, her book, essentially. Heathcliff, they can still sort of bring back Generation 2, I imagine. Or just go on to their own thing. But there's so many interesting ideas and characters in Dream of the Red Chamber. I like them to be properly explored. I just don't know how they're gonna do that. I was reading it And there's just a paragraph where they just list character names of people who are showing up for a funeral. It's like an entire paragraph just of names. We went through various tests, including command ability trials using Pekatula Invidiae. Hire Manager Esquire, hey ho! Hi ho! I've attained a score most perfect. To be surpassed by Miss Don Quixote in a contest of oh! It depends what kind of knowledge. Wisdom and knowledge are different. To be surpassed by Miss Don Quixote in a contest of knowledge, must I delve further in my studies? Hey, but they're testing our Fixer Association knowledge. Totally. Honestly, she's got more than enough Fixer fixation for the entire bus. All kinds of general knowledge, trivia quizzes. What's the first thing you focus on when meeting a new person? The look in their eyes? How strong they look? Well, this ain't easy. Your leadership style is strong, decisive, and goal-oriented. You are, Mirso? We are finally allowed a quick break after going through all kinds of mysterious, strange personality tests as well. Next, basic fitness test for all sinners. I finally get started on the real meat of the checkup. Not the beep test. Wait, then what were all those tests you guys were running on us? They were conducted in order to collect various data that the LCE department has been missing. In other words, they capitalized on this opportunity to fulfill our private curiosities. Still, I'd say it was very productive. We now know a lot about you guys that'll help us support the LCB going forward. Alright, we're gonna go over some tests that can be conducted in groups first. Please form a line here. Yay! Oh, I was hoping we would like get sprites with the hoodies. What, like this? Let's get this over with. Looks like we've got a long day ahead of us. Wow, these are some comfy clothes they've given us. Right? I could totally see myself wearing these to sleep. Sleep? They'll see property, so you better return them as soon as we're done here. Gotcha. By the way, can you take a look at my wrist here before we actually get started? I've been feeling a bit of soreness here, but Dante won't turn the clock for just me, you know? Turning of the clock for such trivialities may cause the formation of an unfavorable habit. Perhaps Merceau can remedy your pain. I am always prepared to administer necessary aid should you request it. Actually, you know what? I'm totally fine now, don't you worry. Please stand still. If you think I can't see some of you on your tiptoes, you'd be very wrong. Heels on the ground, please. But my heels are on the ground? Bye. And, can you snuff out your cigarettes before the test begins? Oh, this... Oh, this one isn't lit. It's just there so I can... I want to hear this voiced. Just there so I can look cool. And what about... bold? Scram. I don't think I've heard any acronyms. Okay, so basic group tests are complete. I seem to have forgotten something quite important I had to establish prior to beginning the tests in earnest. I need an assistant. An assistant? I need an assistant to help me smooth out the testing procedures. You got two of them already, right behind you if you need directions. Well, we're not Mr. Hohenheim's assistants, we're specifically assistant researchers. Yes, of course. The RAs. There's much that distinguishes these two occupations. I'd like for one of you to be my assistant for the duration of this checkup. Rhodia suddenly raised her hand. Is this Gregor's time to shine? I wasn't planning on asking for volunteers, but now that you raised your hand, I'll give you the floor. Don't ask me to do it, it's just not my vibe, you know? I'll take a researcher job, though. I'm a fan of her style. I'm a big fan of her style. Rodya trailed off, rudely caressing the clothes of one of the researchers. What are you doing? I didn't really have you in mind anyway, but duly noted nonetheless. I would also like to refuse your nomination. The position of an assistant to Hohenheim implies that the said assistant is, when it comes to skill, inferior to the person they are assisting. Again, I didn't have you in mind either. Your passionate expression of intent is nonetheless appreciated. I wonder who came up with this brilliant idea of putting two smart arses together to waste time pointing out each other's minor mistakes. If I were to talk about myself, I want to open by saying that I was a class vice president in school, a diligent model student who assiduously facilitated the tasks of the class president. What's with everyone getting so anxious to get picked here? You fellows actually want to be his assistant? Getting in the front and center of things is just bothersome, you know? Kind of felt like I had to apply for the position for some reason. Well, the decision has already been made. You note that the selection criteria is fully based on my very subjective opinion. You there, orange-haired sinner. Not you. Ishmael almost threw me to the ground as she confidently strode up to the front of the line. Not you. Oh. Greetings, Mr. Hohenheim. As you must be aware if you've taken a look at my documents, I've rarely let anyone down during my various tenures at offices and associations. You'll have nothing to worry about as long as I'm by your side. Also, can I add this experience to my resume if I ever get the chance to submit a transfer request to work at the headquarters? Didn't know you were still holding on to that hope. I called on you to ask you to move because you were standing in front of the other sinner I chose. Poor Ishmael. Oh. Oh no. Burn. Everyone turned around to look at Heathcliff, who was absent-mindedly scratching at the bridge of his nose. Huh? Me? Huh? Me? It seemed that Ishmael was even more shocked than Heathcliff was. Wait, but... why? I'm right here. Why would you pick someone like... There's a common misconception among many researchers to assume that the higher their level of education and the more elaborate their resume, the better candidate one makes for a research project participant. But that's just common sense, isn't it? At least when it comes to research. However, were you aware that most great discoveries are made from a potent mix of spontaneity and intuition? A perfect description for our friend here, I would say. What say you, Heathcliff? I believe that this aggressive and passionate approach of yours gives you more than sufficient qualifications to command and lead them in my stead. Is that right? He replied, scratching his head. Be honest now, Isai. You're kind of looking forward to getting picked, weren't ya? No. It is but fate that things were once good in the eyes of the mainstream are to be made less desirable with the passage of time. And when one does indeed fall out of favor, the intelligentsia of my bygone days must rightly excuse themselves to the realm of memories and past. Isang replied with a particularly downcast look. Glad to have you on board as my new assistant. Righty-ho, so what have I got to do now? Nothing too complicated. You only need to liberally express your free spirit just as you are now. Ah, now I see what he's doing. One I'm sure knows which one of the group to coax to make things go over smoothly. Martin whispered quietly at me in a voice that only I could hear. Oh, I see, I see. Are we trying to... Heathcliff's too much of a wild card, so if you, like, flatter him, he'll be more in line.
일고 동화율 정상.
Here we go.
개체의 행동 패턴 추출 완료. 이 정도 성과라면 다음 연구로 이어나갈 수 있겠군요.
I also like to believe that this is Bong Bong. The assistant. Oh yay! The hoodies. Oh, look at the like zipper. The zipper end. Heathcliff seemed eager to, as Hohenheim suggested, express his free spirit to the best of his capabilities. Right, you there. Get in line. Single file, lads. Let's make this easy for all of us. Are you also participating in the tests with the rest of us, Heathcliff? Yeah, but I'm the assistant. Since when do you wear glasses? Oh, hold on. Important. Okay. Have to match the mood here. When do you wear glasses? Glasses are basic apparatuses of all researchers. I know! Look, slightly pushing up on the glasses helps to put on the air of a studious learned individual. Oh, and they're all doing it in the different styles. They're all doing the different ways. I tend to do the side like Hohenheim does. Will you like block your face if you push them up from the middle? Yeah, sometimes I do use the bridge, but then it'll be like I did it with the bridge, it's more like my thumb. But definitely the side one. Just like how slightly pushing up the frames of my glasses while wondering what to have for lunch makes it seem as though I am contemplating on more profound aspects of life. Boy, let's not make this any harder than it's gotta be, lass. I've got that sticker in your mouth. Been a while since I heard a pig squeal. Oh. I mean, can't you just do as I say for once? He's actually pretty effective. Seems we're now ready to conduct the tests. Finally. The primary purpose of this test is to see, on a physical level, how your current abilities scale compared to yourselves before your hiring. I see, so they're trying to see how much they've progressed since before they joined the company. I had a feeling this would happen, but the mere mention of the words progression caused a rather loud ruckus among the sinners. If I were to speak for myself, Executive Manager, I can confidently say that the thought of progressing as a person and in all aspects of life is ingrained to my very being. Thus, as a fruit of those efforts, I've grown to be much more precise and scathing in my critique of others' mistakes. They haven't! I feel like this would be a point to bring up like why Dawn would... I mean, we know why Dawn would continue to wear the shoes, but like, in a serious situation, why would she choose not to remove them? Is that progress, though? Oh? Perhaps I've learned to let certain thoughts rest in favor of others. I once allowed myself to be trapped in overlong ruminations of worry on all matters, idly abiding as I was consumed by my very thoughts. Now, I've come to accept certain things as they are. Oh. And I've come to, sometimes, allow my mind to form bereft of rigorous reason, floating away gently, as though on a rolling stream, Is that not quite pleasant? Okay, I guess that is progression of sorts. I'm pretty sure I'm less of a picky eater than I used to be. My grip strength is much stronger too. Oh. Look, I think I'm getting calluses on my palms. Well, you don't really have to try to prove it to us. Because the enemies we've been fighting have been getting stronger too. That's an undeniable truth. We did experience a pretty spectacular year, you know. A brutal year, yet so potent with significance. True, I guess growth really does come with time, huh? Right? I feel like the bonds between us got a lot deeper. We've all grown closer, you know? Like glue. Like family. Like glue, huh? I like it. Certain misunderstanding seems to be brewing in tandem with this uplifting exchange of heart-to-heart. Allow me to step in and nip it in the bud. Let me give it to you straight. All of your abilities were diminished the moment you were hired by this company. Equally defanged and depowered, if you will. Okay, finally! I mean, this has been implied since, like, the comment about Ryoshu, but we've never really had it ever really explored or examined or explained. Equally defanged? In other words, all of your abilities have been brought down to the, yes, to the same general level as our 11th scenery. Oh no. Why am I your point of reference? If this is what you meant earlier by growing closer like glue, then I suppose it was quite the apt choice of words. Oh, I take that back. I take it back? Not. You're not really that much stronger than I am, huh? Wow, Sink? Is that the sound of your sense of self-preservation shattering into the ether? That's it, you like. Excuse me, I need to know why that happened. Did we all get depowered because of the Gonbao? Wait, does this have anything to do with those chains that appeared when we first entered into a contract with Dante? Indeed, one of the powers of the Gonbao is connection. You are now all fairly evenly and equally mediocre. I was like, if there were mediocre. That's like, I feel like the most brutal way of putting it. I mean, the theme is connection. If we were like probably equally distributing strength levels is probably for the best than having like Ryoshu and Dawn taking care of everything. Sorry, Sinclair. Hohenheim's comment and the subsequent stare seemed a bit targeted. Think of it as something to something akin to Clyphot deterrence employed by the Lobotomy Corporation. So the truth is finally revealed. This was why I, Otis, grew so pathetically weak the moment I joined this company. Art thou implying that thou hast always known? Of course! Had I been in my prime, I could have wiped the floor with you miserable doormats in a matter of seconds. You wipe floors with doormats? Man, we're also prone to saying whatever once the burden of proof is gone, huh? So that's why my murderous arm's been quiet ever since they hired me. Didn't really have anything to do with my heart after all. Yeah, oh, that's always a good point. Because there's always something sort of really interesting to me. Because there was always like a really interesting aspect of Gregor's character, the idea that he has sort of like the uncontrollable arm. And his like original character description talked about him like spontaneously morphing when he got upset and such, which we never really saw outside of like Kanto backstory. And I was like kind of sad that we never really got to see that much, but It's a lore explanation. Does that mean Sancho Dawn was only strong because she stopped being part of the group in the dungeon? I've wondered about that. Because yeah, it wasn't just she was unavailable, her slot was just gone, and would be one way to sort of handle why she was like so powerful in the boss battle, for instance. I mean, honestly, that's like the gameplay story segregation. I don't mind that for like making a character strong in a battle. If it makes for a better battle and narrative, that doesn't bother me so much. Yeah, Gregor had the whole flashback of his arm attacking people. Yeah, I always thought that was really interesting. There was, even before the game came out, there was sort of fan art akin to that kind of thing happening. And it was sort of, I've been sort of waiting, because it was, it's an interesting aspect of his character, and something we've sort of been missing. So I'd like to see that again, then find if there's like a good explanation about this. But this is also an interesting line, because he's like, oh, maybe I had character development, never mind. Gregor. Why is he the only one that gets the hoodie? I just realized. I guess having the straight-on pose might make it, and he doesn't wear the long coat. That probably makes it easier for them to edit his sprite. I see. But what's the use of all this chatter? What matters is it's all been brought down to the level of the lad. I guess he is the assistant, but also if it was like just him and Ryosho, I'd say it's because they actually have a sprite without them wearing the longer coats. But I got calluses on my palms. Oh, through the gloves. Yet, not all of the Golden Bow's effects must have been of detriment to us. Isang started carefully attempting to navigate through a conversation that appeared to be turning into a tinderbox. Was it not the advantage granted to us by the Golden Bow impaled in the pallid whale, the great length by which we triumphed? What, really? Correct. Had the pallid whale had been at its full strength, it is highly likely that we may still have been trapped inside its stomach, struggling to survive. Also, it can be said that the diminishing effect was not applied in equal measure across all affected subjects. That makes sense, I guess. I never could have knocked teeth out with one punch if I was only as strong as Sink. It's a real handy trick, you know. But you know, Heath, Ishmael still beat you at one time. Additionally, certain individual quirks cannot be suppressed by the Golden Bow. Certain quirks that one may consider to be an individual's idiosyncrasies. Oh, so that explains Ryoshi's impressive blade work with Mr. Bumble back at T-Corp, at the T-Corp factory. Whatever your eye is doing probably isn't nerfed as well. Won't waste my breath boasting. Whatever do anyway. Well, if your strengths have indeed progressed since the onboarding, then the average must have risen as well. One of the purposes of these tests is to measure that very difference. So what exactly goes into these tests? I know there's a district that uses a machine that can analyze most aspects of the subject with a quick scan. Is it going to be something like that? There are dozens, if not hundreds, of ways to determine one's ability without the assistance of machinery. In fact, I know of a perfectly appropriate methodology for this group. Tournament arc. A perfectly appropriate methodology? I mean, it's also kind of battle royale. Oh, we spent some time out of our busy schedules to tailor each test for each sinner of the LCB. That was pretty tough, I'll have you guys know. Tailored tests for each sinner, huh? I don't really like the sound of that, if you ask me. We'll utilize the Pekatula and the distortion phenomenon. What? Oh, that doesn't sound much like some super innovative method you were building up to. What a letdown. Right? Honestly, for all their talk, I thought they'd come up with something more impressive than that. What do you mean distortion? Assistant? Alright, that's enough chatter. Now get in there. Might have to steal the CG. I don't normally use... Oh, it's spoilers though. Technically. Meaningless raft. Clear... Oh, clear encounter with all allies at 50% plus HP. Faust. Hold on. I can never remember what actually... Fatal Blunt. Yeah, okay. We might not be bringing... Might swap things around a little bit. Level 50. Oh, okay. AC. Duo fights. Okay. 6 member needed. Ooh. Let's swap. Let me swap. Yeah, this is who I'm bringing. Cause I want to swap. Yeah, keep the healing. Interesting partnership, though. I mean, you are leveled. Why are they level 49 and not 50? To save experience points. And for the sanity. Partially it's because if there ever has to be... I don't max... I mean, one, it is to save experience, but partially it's because if there's certain units that need to be at a higher HP than others, hit certain thresholds, for instance, or like certain unit order that's being applied by HP, it's sort of like a emergency. Just in case I need to take care of that. Yachi's probably more of a...
지위를 받는 건 오랜만이네요.
의뢰.
safe
지위를 받는
option,
건
but
오랜만이네요.
yeah, easier sanity regeneration, exactly. Not even getting the backup bonuses. Well, yeah, it's soda. Well, let's see how this goes.
발목 잡지 않도록
It's because I have leveled,
최선을
but
다할게요.
if we need to change this up so we can actually feel we go better. Let's see. First one on the box. Heathcliff had already begun flipping through the papers in his hands. An unfamiliar sight. Right, you and you there, inside now. Heathcliff, the assistant, pointed toward Honglu and Sinclair. Hello, 1, 2, testing. Am I coming through? As you must be well in knitwear by now, the Pecatular entities that have failed to even distort. Seems like we'll be fighting the Pecatula again. Oh, right. I have a question. Something that's been nagging at me the whole time since I arrived. Aren't these tests basically just us killing people for no reason? They're all safely contained, which means that they don't pose any danger to anyone. Why is he being such a bleednard all of a sudden? Oh, I've been slaughtering countless scores of those saws, so what's the holdup now? Yeah, but we didn't have any choice back then because we were on a mission, and... You believe that taking a life to live is unlike taking a life for the sake of it? I do. I understand. Seems that human memory is, after all, made to be finite, save for a few exceptional individuals. People are prone to misplacing memories even from yesterday. So who are they, Dante? Who do you believe they are, this group you lead? Given the expected communication difficulties between us, allow me to make this a multiple choice question. 1 family, 2 friends, 3 colleagues. Or all of the above? I guess they're closest to colleagues? Dante says 3 colleagues. Honglu was practically squished against the containment unit window, holding up his 3 fingers. He must have heard us talking. Incorrect. It's none of the— oh no! I wasn't even right. None of the above. Truth is that they are sinners. Not family, not friends, not colleagues. Prisoners. I know. But the knowledge of something and the acceptance of it must be distinguished. I learned that people are prone to forgetting their places when the going gets easy, when life becomes comfortable enough for them to consider the luxury of timely meals to be a certainty. Thus, I find these reminders to be quite useful. These sinners, bound to Limbus company, are still fettered by their chains and shackles. Naturally, they have no access to such a thing as the right to refuse. But would it be easier for you to accept that fact if I were to suggest that you consider this but a mere extension of your responsibilities? I know they're sinners. You can't talk to them like— translations aren't necessary. I think I get the picture of what was said, given the atmosphere of this room. Dante, when you agreed to this contract, you must have made a deal of sorts to gain something to your benefit. Am I correct? I don't know. Your memories, your head, and your past. There must be so much that you would like to know, and perhaps your desire to get them back is what stops you from simply quitting. What I mean to say with this little demonstration is that no one in this room has any right to grumble or refuse. Faust, is he usually? Yes, this is his usual demeanor. Hello, I know not want to talk, but you don't exactly have a lot of friends, do you? Those who rise above their peers tend to attract a certain degree of hostility from others. Now, shall we begin? We are severely behind schedule. Will the combatants do what they do? Please pay attention to the following presentation about the Pecatula projected onto this glass panel. This lecture has been prepared with the assumption that its students have an average level of knowledge, so if you consider this presentation to be boring and too difficult to understand, then you may consider your knowledge level to be below average. Well, this material seems quite elementary to me. Not sure what's so difficult about this. Yeah, say that for when the lecture actually starts. As you must already know, there are 7 categories of Pecatula. As far as I'm aware, the highest stage of Pecatula you observed was in stage 3. So far, at least. Wherefore didst thou utter a little muttering of, so far at least, at the end of thine words, good sir? Sharp. Well, it's simple. We researchers have a habit of avoiding absolutes in all things. Never say never, or so they say. So you're not ruling out this possibility that we might have been running into Pecatula beyond stage 3, huh? Indeed. We prefer not to put down such arbitrary limitations. Yeah, when do we get our new classification levels? Anyway, the first type of mini Pecatula to be covered is Pecatula irae, red Pecatulum of wrath. The nature of fire is to burn and burn till there is nothing left to be burned. I see. They're quite literally burning with rage. Now that I think back on it, didn't you express something like that before, Sinclair? I remember you screaming so fiercely that you could hardly control your own body. Reading Dream of the Red Chamber, while you has had tantrums, does have a bit of a short temper. On the other hand, I don't think I've ever seen you get angry or upset, Honglu. That's because the realization of meaninglessness extinguishes the reason for the spark to start a fire. Oh, I see now. No matter how much Heathcliff or Miss Otis bully me, expressing my anger at that is meaningless at the end of the day. Okay, I did enjoy it a little when I had to accidentally step on Heathcliff's toes, but... What exactly is the takeaway supposed to be here? Yes, that is exactly how it is. Okay. Well, if we have multiple skills, we should be able to hit. Okay, where's that one going? Okay. It's fairly quickly.
긴장하셨나요? 긴장하셨나요? 그럴 땐 크게 심호흡을 하면 도움이 된답니다.
Yeah, it is interesting. What's Honglu? I forget off the top of my head because I haven't used the base units in a while. What's base Honglu's like skill lineup? What sins does he have?
당신의 판단을 따르세요.
Oh, I didn't even check. Hold on. What's that?
망설이지 말고.
Bloomlust Pride? Okay. Only associated with Bloom. This Land of Illusion. Oh, what's this? It's like a wrath
이
burst.
싸움을 끝내주겠어.
Oh, Boiling Wrath. Every turn, gain burn equal to turn count. Oh, so don't take too long.
타겟 포착 1시 방향.
I think that's obvious, but why Honglu? I think it's definitely leading to something. As I said, like
나갈 수 없어.
one of the first scenes he appears in the books. He wears in the book instead of its eye, he wears the jade around his neck, and someone comments on it, and he just has a utter tantrum and like throws it across the room and starts screaming. I think that's like one of, if not his first scene. We'll have to be careful of that.
타겟 포착.
This is when he's still a kid, so it could be like a bratty kid, but at this point, Rain is older. Okay, have to reload.
망설이지 말고. 나갈 수 없어.
Care of that. Which ammo is the first one? Spin up to 2 ammo. Get ready for next turn. Make a nice chain with this when we get the chance.
여전히 무섭고 거대. 그럼에도 그 삶에 멈추고 싶지 않아. 마침표를.
Oh, so close. Okay. Maybe let's just
여전히 무섭고 겁이 나. 그럼에도 망설이면 나아갈 수 없어.
Okay. Claire's gonna lose it, but let's have a nice chain. See if we can manage. The counters are gonna hurt, I think, but I didn't really. I guess if we need to, we could do a Durante.
여전히 무섭고 겁이 나. 그럼에도 멈추고 싶지 않아. 타올라라.
Oh, this dagger.
이 격정 속에서 타올라라.
Oh, both stagger. Okay.
걱정만 끼치게 되는 꼴인데.
Discuss. Oh dear. Okay. Need a better.
저였나 보군요.
That burn builds up. Okay.
나아가는 게 아니었을지도.
I think I'm okay keeping Sinclair just because the AoE is nice, but what to choose?
지금 때가 아니야. 도움을 청해야만.
What are these weak to again? I mean, they resist Wrath, obviously. Yeah, it'd be better to be able to fuel. It would be a better option to fuel an ego. I'm just looking. What does Pride and then Lantern? So it would really be nice to have a healing option. Options for Honglu. Might be okay. Somebody have a more leveled one, or do I have to? Yeah, look at that. Then we need Pride, which, yeah, how do we get everybody? Something like this. Unless I just use Durante. And Claire's Gloom and Lust. And I need the Pride. Is Durante and like to get to the end. I do really like having Dawn Office for the AoE. We just have to keep things going fast enough. Let's try this. Interesting challenge.
발목 잡지
And
않도록.
it's nice that it's only two, because
최선을
people that
다할게요.
need to borrow a unit aren't totally out of luck. Well, I guess by this point in the story, if you get to this far, you probably should have an okay setup. This event is mostly challenge days, that's fun. Me too. I'd be very down for this, even though I'm not a big, like, person who does solos or anything. But I am happy to see these.
운이 따라준다면 좋겠네요.
Yeah, just get our SP up.
망설이지 말고.
Shank should do some nice work.
단테님 봤어요? 너무 쉽군요.
이번에야말로 이 싸움을 끝내주겠어.
Sure you're doing that.
운이 따라준다면 좋겠네요.
Still hits like a truck. I used him. Used him last railway. I think he's gonna be a staple for a while. Okay. Be mindful of the counters, but I will use these. Get Sunset Blade back. Wait for next turn.
여전히 무섭고 겁이 나. 그럼에도 멈추고 싶지 않아.
I mean, now there's like railway ones that are like 20 something turns, but
타올라라.
the classics, they're still season 1 classics. They're in good spots, which I'm happy with.
단테님 봤어요? 단테님 봤어요?
Okay, no reuse, but that's okay. How much? 65. See if we can get a A1.
운이 따라준다면 좋겠네요.
망설이다. 나아갈 수 없어.
Yeah, the railway one, oh, they're really wild now, but I saw like,
너무 쉽군요.
not the like, super low turn count ones, but definitely don't want to get staggered, so let's... Let's see. One of these.
저에게도
Should I
무언가에
maybe
맞설 용기를.
3%? Oh, it's 2 allies. It's 2 allies. I thought it was a self one as well. Okay. But Yeah, let me... Counter's probably gonna stagger him. Good point. Oh, this is nice. I mean, this is fun. I'm just thinking. I just wish it was heal self as well as allies. I forgot about that. We are sort of between these two. We're sort of lacking on the healing end. What if I had blubber bump? Wobble, wobble, wobble. What happened to the ego? Oh, I disengaged it. Oh, he does heal himself with Lantern? I thought it was just two allies. And I was just double checking it. That'd be good. I thought it did, but... Activate plus one, heal two allies. You would assume allies includes himself sometimes, but like... I'm not sure. I don't remember at this point. Neutral and... okay. Let's look at the first one out. Let's see.
운이 따라준다면 좋겠네요.
나무와 함께 베어 넘겨드리죠.
Okay, it did heal. Good to know. Oh, so close to that stagger. Okay. Oh,
단테님
luck is
봤어요?
correlated with skill. Thank you.
단테님 봤어요? 재밌네요.
Oh, there he goes. But that, I think we should manage. Although I wish you had Chink.
운이 따라준다면 좋겠네요.
Thank you.
너무
There we
쉽군요.
go. Problem solving. Their heal allies usually include self and heal other
확실한
allies.
승리였어요.
Not include. I was trying to remember.
돌아가면
What fell
저번처럼
under?
홈파티라도 할까요?
Oh, I love it when we just get the single bronze ticket. Good job, Honglu. Like, Faust heals herself, but not everyone does. Okay, 7. Let's see if we can get... Let's do one more. And then we'll... who hit Sloth? Isang? I'm trying to remember who's associated with Sloth. I want to see them. Isang's the main one. I don't remember who has it in base. Gregor has Gloom. And Sloth. Okay. I want to check Honglu as well. Long Lewis Sloth. Okay. Sorry, wrong. So yeah, okay. I still don't know who like best represents it though. I think like there's some sinners who okay. Who embody certain sins really well, like there's Heathcliff with wrath and envy very specifically. Lust. Dawn with lust. This, I mean, just general blood fiendiness, but let's find out. Oh, 3, okay. Faust, okay. Ooh. Turn limit.
따라가겠어요.
Who do we want
선장이
to...
필요한가?
Ooh, how do we want to build this? AoE is nice. Since we're doing time limit, turn limit.
화점에 두지.
Plain lineage is really my best option unless I want to go into support.
선장이 필요한가?
And then I really want to do priest. Might need to get some levels here. Why does this leave us with this? Probably.
준비되었습니다.
Ego-wise, we do cover everything if we needed it. Let's throw in a few levels. I mean, these are all ones to have leveled anyway. I'm waiting for... I've been sitting on Sank Marceau. I keep hoping he'll come down. I was like hoping he'd maybe pop in during Valpurgis, but no. But these three are all roll-arounders. All-arounders. We'll check your ego. We can have some fun with Soul Moment. Okay, you're good.
제압을 준비합니다.
Well, yeah, I need to save experience points. I need some for Faust when she comes home next week. Next up, you three. Let's get in there. Indoor voices will do, bud. We can hear you just fine without you shouting at the top of your lungs. Like indoor voices. Now, let us discuss Pecatulum pigricae Sloth. Stones are sturdy, but that's all there is to them. They are directionless and unmoving, completely surrendered to inertia. They are trapped in their current law in existence till someone else comes along to roll them away. Truly, there is no better symbol for sloth than them. It is efficient to live within the bounds of rigidly established routines. Getting lumped in with these two is making me real self-conscious all of a sudden. Like I'm just some lazy incompetent. Do not compare yourself to Faust, Gregor. Should Faust become the point of reference for one's competency, the overwhelming majority of the city's population would be deemed incompetent. I'll admit that I'm not the most diligent person in the room, but I'm taking back that comment about being incompetent. Check this out, fellas. I'm not that rusty just yet. Trudging low into danger poses too late. This will be harder than expected. Let us provide assistance. Hey, okay, son. Late stream. I'm gonna do one more. One more. See if I can get through this. Okay, because I don't have him. Let me just remind his skill order. We're not really using him for rupture. This is a generalist. Let's just build up. And I was like, why is, oh right. It's like, why is Blood Feast there? But it's for Makala. Thank you. Do we still observation level 5? I want to know, will we get these by the end? Just get everything. 25. Up and rolling.
탈출 개체 확인.
Bonk. I'm just running myself. Yeah.
이제 보자. 하늘을 찔렀어.
Okay. Walk in. It would be nice for fun to throw out a soul moment. Yeah, you're dominating for that. At least we're not worried about just the defensive stuff, not...
여기가 엽석일걸.
Worried about counters here.
승부처다. 다시 결투는 끝나지 않아.
I never get to see this. His animations are so nice. That 32. Okay, get rid of that. Insolvent.
겁나. 내게 바쳐주지. 승부처다.
Magmaso is just a great standalone ID. I think every sinner really should just have one of those.
탈출 개체가
I think they're really
점령되었습니다.
good for beginners as well. Okay. Didn't want this to waste another turn. But then we can like get some ego next turn.
탈출 개체
좋은 결투다.
Okay. Hello. It's 5 plus tremor, base power plus 1, inflict 8 tremor. Okay, lots of tremor. Target is tremor, tremor burst. Rising sloth. I mean, you see me using. Oh, you have tremor reverb. Tremor, amplitude conversion, tremor. It's like, yeah, I don't think we've seen the. Don't get hit. Like, have we seen the like this level of a sloth one? Have we seen the extra level of all of them? I don't think we have. I'm happy to see them. Show me the logs.
집중 중이다.
We can heal if we need. Let's have interesting passives. Unless this unit is staggered apart, broken, take 50% less damage. Wow. Stone shower, gather stones. I've only seen Wrath level 3. It's trying to remember. And what would like higher level envy though be? I don't want to lose that. Can I do better? Hold it. Can pretty much only be damaged by status effect. Okay. That's probably more important to know going in it. Yeah. I see why this is a turn count one.
여기가 엽석이군.
Okay, yeah. What can we build with this? We can do kind of rupture. House and so we can do rupture. Hey, we are going through it. Not hard to beat eventually, just hard to axe. We could do like a better syncing, it would be nice. Now let's have some fun. Make sure that goes through. Oh, that, hold on.
탈출 개체 확인.
I mean, it's nice to know this going in, but I love the fact that these are challenge stages.
승부처다. 여기가 엽석이군.
Good start.
하얗고 슬픈 아이들. 그죠?
Hold on. Bit lacking there. Okay, 9 turns.
집중 중이다.
I mean, these help break through any which way. Gloom. If we could, well, now we have the plus coin boost. If we could start another one for some good times. Let's actually just make sure. 4. I really don't want any of those to go through. These are not great. House going for that one. We're gonna get some bursting here, but maybe. Have fun, Merso. Maybe, I mean, we do.
탈출 개체 확인.
이 구속구가 나의 폭력을 저지하기엔
A crit.
턱없이 모자르지.
See the first. Okay, not terrible. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let me move out of the way.
하얗고 슬픈 아이들이여. 그저 애도를 펴주라.
Here we go, stagger. Nice! 143. Good job, Greg. Close, but a pass is a pass. It was close.
압도했습니다. 제 기존
job,
범술보다
Merso.
한층 더 향상된 기술을 쓸 수 있었다고 생각합니다. 시청자의 수가 대폭 증가하겠군요.
Okay. I will... Syncing on purpose. Okay, I will finish up the... I'll finish up there, but let's just see who's up for syncing. Oh, it's syncing and gluttony. Defeat the enemies before they self-detonate. So for syncing... That boss in 9 turns is basically impossible. Hair Greg Solomon. It was like the best option I had for the two of them. I mean, I'm wondering what other setups you could kind of get a rupture setup. Okay, I mean, I feel. Let me hold on. I think it's. Gluttony is like Rhodia. Ishmael and Nisang are Gloom. Get these 3. I don't know if we're going up to extras though. Roshu has the Gluttony skill 1. I'm liking what Otis has, even though there's the. Okay. Maybe the 4 of them. Definitely think Ishmael and Nisang. If the idea is Gloom, but let's just take a peek-see. And then maybe I can formulate plans in my head for tomorrow. No, okay. Totally off base. Okay, so you have to do them fast before they self-detonate. I mean... Wild Hunt is probably the... best all around. I mean, if we're doing it fast, they are... I remember the Gloom ones are always weak to Pierce, but I don't think this is the time for full stop, but... Just thinking, Wild Hunt... Princess... Or Deviat might be an option. Full stop, Heathcliff is strong. Yeah, I'm just worried about him running out. Who knows? Yeah, I'm just thinking, cause like... The great thing about Wild Hunts is, I mean, he's about chain battles. He's about getting stronger as the battle goes on. However, without melee support to cover his dodges, he does lose a lot, so you basically always want to avoid his skill 1. Exactly. It's actually not very nice to like start... When you start with... When you start with his skill 3 at the bottom slot or something, you don't necessarily want to lose it. I don't know, if I was doing something like this, I wonder... Barber is just not self-sufficient. Could do Wuthering Heights Butler or Swelled Hunt support. Anyway, okay. So we're gonna save this for tomorrow. I will be finishing the event tomorrow. Excited, especially after what Helen said. But thank you everybody for joining me. For getting to enjoy the event with me. It's always cool to see people also doing it live at the same time. That's why I split it up so I don't do everything at the same time, so we can enjoy it again more so. But really enjoying this event so far. Just so much good characterization and so much lore-wise. Wow. It's so many like little hints of the goings-ons. But yes. And I haven't had to use my soundboard. But again, thank you everybody. Hope you have a lovely rest of your day or whatever time it is for you. I will see you soon. See you later. Bye-bye.